As much as you try to get away from them, they're always going to catch up to you. Of course, I'm talking about trade rumors for Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs. Today's video comes from Bleacher Report. And I want to tell you, you got to stay tuned because later in the episode, we're going to talk about a Sports Illustrated trade proposal for a team we haven't talked about yet. A new surprise team could possibly be interested in adding the Packers wide receiver sometime over the next couple of months. Before we get into the content, though, make sure that you guys have hit that thumbs up button, that you have liked today's video, because let's be real. We're trying to get better every single video, every single day, every single week, and I need you guys to help me out. Last time we talked about Romeo Doubs in a trade, that video got 161 likes. It's a new week. It's a new dawn. Let's get better. 200 likes right now. So Bleacher Report released an article, and they outlined one player that each team should consider trading. And guess who they highlighted for the Green Bay Packers? Not Jair Alexander, but one Romeo Doubs. Here's what Davenport had to say about the trade. After Green Bay broke their long streak of not taking a wide receiver in round one with the selection of Golden, they have a glut of young wideouts. There are no shortage of teams with passing game deficiencies, Pittsburgh. So if the Packers really do decide to shop Doubs, finding a trade partner should not be difficult. And he hit it correctly right off the top. This new look wide receiver room for Green Bay, not only is it crowded, but it's got a ton of talent as well. And that's honestly why I think that Davenport actually makes some pretty good points. Whether we believe a trade is going to happen or not, he's right in a lot of matters. The Green Bay Packers have a really crowded wide receiver room. The Green Bay Packers have a really good wide receiver room. The Packers added some really young talent, and there's a lot of teams across the National Football League that are in the business of getting better pass catchers, right? They believe maybe we're one wide receiver away from truly competing. And maybe they're looking at Romeo Doubs and the situation that Green Bay has in their wide receiver room, which is really full, and saying, you know what? We could take one guy off their hands and he'd automatically improve this offense, okay? You're the GM in this scenario. Do you want the Packers to keep Doubs? If you do, like the video. That's what yes means. And if you don't, go ahead, get down in the comment section and comment why not. The thing is, 31 teams could need wide receiver help. But that doesn't mean Green Bay is interested in giving it to them, right? Like we always say, it takes two to tango. Every single team could be pounding on Brian Gutekunst's door saying, let us have Doubs. But if Green Bay is happy with Doubs on this roster, if Green Bay is happy where this wide receiver room is with Doubs in it, then they don't have to deal him. And most recent reports coming out of OTAs, he's actually been a massive leader. Not just to the old guys, not just to the rookies that you drafted, but even to guys like Sam Brown Jr., undrafted free agent who this team signed last week. Here's Romeo Doubs coaching him up on routes. That's a really cool thing, in my opinion, because Romeo Doubs could come in here, have a really sour attitude about adding Matthew Golden, about adding Savion Williams, and just kind of be sour to the entire team, to the entire room. But he's taking leadership. He's taking ownership. He realizes that when you look at the rest of the wide receivers, he's considered a veteran in this room, even at his young age. And Sam Brown, I hate to break it to you if you're watching this video, Sam, you're not going to make the team, okay? So the fact that Romeo Doubs is taking his time to help this guy out, like that's awesome. That's really, really cool to see. And it's not the first time he's helped a wide receiver. Remember when Matt LaFleur said this during an interview with Kay Adams? You know, they're coaching them up on the field. I mean, shoot, we were out there earlier today, and I went over to tell Matthew something about one of his routes, and I was just about to start talking, and then Romeo Doubs grabbed him and started talking. So he's being a leader, and he's also like low-key balling out at OTAs, making a lot of really good catches. We're constantly seeing tweets and videos of Jordan Love targeting him. He's one of Love's favorite targets so far for the first couple of weeks of practice. And personally, when we're talking about roster construction, I'm in the business of keeping as many good players on a single roster as you can. Okay? especially in this wide receiver room where we don't know who's going to emerge as that top guy. This team has yet to have somebody emerge as that wide receiver one, and I get it. Matt LaFleur is tired of talking about it, but it doesn't mean it's not true, okay? So I would love to keep talent. However, everything I just said could be true. Green Bay might want to keep him. He could be being a leader at OTAs. He could be balling out. He could be emerging as a really good target for Jordan Love. But that all goes out the window the second a team offers you something that you didn't expect to be offered. You could sit on your high horse, say all you want, I don't want to let go of Romeo Doubs, until a team comes calling and they're saying, you know what? We're going to give you X, Y, Z, and then your mouth hits the floor and you say, okay, goodbye, Romeo. I think every single one of us would say, yeah, I would never punch my best friend in the face until somebody offers you $500 to do it, and then you're thinking, you know what? I think that might heal pretty quickly. I personally think it's a toss-up whether it happens or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. If it's going to happen, I lean toward it happening at the trade deadline. If I had to guess, I don't think a deal is going to be made before the season. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get into the season, in the first 6 weeks, a ton of other wide receivers emerge as better options, and the Packers say, hey, let's cut bait and see what we can get for Romeo Doubs. So up next, the surprise team mentioned in a Romeo Doubs trade. We've talked a lot about this. We haven't yet talked about this team, so make sure you guys stick around, stay tuned, because I'm going to break that down in just a second. But if we're going to keep improving on likes, might as well keep improving on subscribers as well. Last time we talked Doubs in a video, that video did 81 subs. Massive number. But of course, it's a new day. It's a new week. We're keep getting better right here on the channel. Let's get 90 subs off today's video. If you're still watching, it's obvious you love the content. We're about 7 minutes through today's show. Stick around for good by hitting that sub button. Alrighty, that surprise team we talked about is the New Orleans Saints. I botched that one. Surprise team is the New England Patriots. And when you hear Winston Wilcox talk about it from Sports Illustrated, it actually makes a lot of sense. He said May is in a great position, and the opportunity to add Doubs would only amplify that. New England is doing everything they can to make sure May can succeed. He can do that with or without Doubs, but if the Patriots do relieve the Packers from their overcrowded receiver room, it could be what helps May to reach new heights. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense, right? You have this shiny new toy in Drake May, who you spent a 4th overall selection. Is that it? Coop? Yeah, Coop likes what's coming next, guys. He's already laughing about it. You spent a 4th overall pick on Drake May, and you don't want a repeat of what happened with Mac Jones. You want to surround him with enough talent in that wide receiver room for him to be able to be successful, especially with everything that's happening with Stephon Diggs. Now, I don't want to speculate, so I'm going to use the word allegedly, but allegedly this looks like some pink cocaine on a boat full of models in the middle of OTAs. Now, he did go to practice earlier this week, but allegedly it was some pretty crazy scenes on that yacht. And it all comes back to New England not wanting to make those same mistakes that they've made before, right? So if they are going to target a new guy, not a new guy, but some additional help in their wide receiver room for Drake May, for that shiny new toy, for him to be surrounded by some talent, Romeo Doubs is a guy who makes a lot of sense. Some other teams to look out for, some we've talked about, some we haven't. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they're always going to be number one on this list. As of the current situation, as of the current filming of this video, they have yet to add Aaron Rodgers. That could happen at any moment. He could need some new help because right now they only got DK Metcalf. New England, we just talked about. I think Buffalo and the Jets are two names to look at. Maybe not right now, but at some point before the trade deadline. If you had to pick one of those 4 teams, who do you think does it? Who pulls the trigger? Who trades for Doubs? Take a guess in the comment section down below. If you think it's Pittsburgh, type those PITs. If you think it's New England, give me an NE. Buffalo, give me a BUF. And if it's the Jets, give me an NYJ. While y'all are down there, you'll find these links to my Twitter, to my Instagram. Go ahead and give me a follow on both platforms. And if you haven't yet, you're still watching. Obviously, you like what we got going on here right at the Packers Report. Join us today by subscribing.